According to results and projections, after the first quarter of the season, a list of 5 players who should be considered for the rest of 2022 can be put together. These are young players who have already proven to be talented enough to win memorable matches and seem to be on the right track to reaching the top of the rankings soon enough. Tennis stars who shine in 2022. Number 5. Maria Sakkari. The 26-year-old Greek tennis player had an impressive campaign in 2021, highlighted by a run to the semifinals at Roland Garros and the US Open. To finish establishing herself in the WTA Top 10, Sakkari will have to find consistency in her results throughout the current campaign, as she comes from losing in her debut at the Miami Open after having reached the final at Indian Wells. Beyond the results achieved on the court, the European matches attract a lot of attention from the public due to her aggressive style. Maria Sakkari revealed a coaching drill named Gianluigi Buffon, her coach designed to improve her defense during a promotional event at Parma, when she got a chance to meet the Italian goalkeeping legend himself. You know, it's funny. Tom, my coach, he invented a drill in practice for me. Johnny is my hitting partner, so Johnny serves, and Tom says I have to be like Gianluigi Buffon. Don't let any ball pass, Sakkari explained to the Italy and Juventus legend at a promotional event in Parma. Maria Sakkari once said, "I was a little too hard and negative on myself. This season, with the help of surrounding myself with the right people, I've concentrated on making my mindset much more positive by manifesting kinder thoughts. I think my results have benefited from that, so I would definitely say that being nice to yourself is always a good idea." That is what we've mostly been focusing on, and adjusting my attitude has definitely led to a gradual improvement. But there's one particular moment at Roland Garros that I think was the big turning point, not just in my season, but also in my career. I remember feeling good with my game in Paris, but my match against Elise Mertens was key. It was probably one of the best of my season, and winning it gave me a lot of confidence. Number 4. Casper Ruud. Ruud comes from a group of young players who are gradually taking over the top spots in the ATP rankings in view of the imminent departure of veterans such as Roger Federer. The 23-year-old Norwegian player has already won 5 titles in his short ATP career and is currently ranked 7th in the world. In the first months of the season, Ruud won the Argentina Open title and lost in the Miami Open final to the sensational Carlos Alcaraz. More than remarkable achievements confirmed the good performance shown in 2021, when he registered 52 victories after playing 22 tournaments. Ruud's forehand served him well in his Friday semifinal against Karen Khachanov of Russia, which he won 7-6, 5, 6-2, 5-7, 6-2. Ruud used his forehand best in the 4th and final set of the match, when he gave up no points in the final game. After the match, Khachanov complimented Ruud's forehand and his ability to move around the court. His main weapon is his forehand, going around, accelerating the ball, having one of the heaviest topspins on tour, Khachanov told reporters after the match. He improved his backhand as well. He's not missing that many balls. After the match, Ruud said he is better prepared for this final after losing the French Open final earlier this year against Nadal, whether he faces Carlos Alcaraz or Frances Tiafoe. "He obviously gave me a good beating," Ruud said of Nadal. "Whoever it is, they have reached the final for a reason, and they are playing great. Carlos and Frances are both very electric players, play with a lot of joy, and can bring up unbelievable rallies and points, so I have to be prepared for everything." Playing in front of 20,000 fans in Arthur Ashe Stadium can be intimidating, and Ruud said that playing the French Open taught him what to expect from the crowd in a Grand Slam final. "At least I know a little bit what I'm facing when I'm stepping on the court, seeing the trophy on the back of the court, seeing tons of celebrities," Ruud said. "Even in Roland Garros, there were royal families there watching. That was a little bit of a new experience for me. I hope I can be more ready for that on Sunday." To beat Alcaraz, Ruud said he would need to be precise with his shots and try to keep him farther back from the baseline, to play with good depth and length on all my shots. "If he steps in, he can do anything with the ball," Ruud said. "He can rip a winner." Ruud said Tiafoe has been playing tactically very smart, especially in his 4th round match against Nadal. Number 3. Coco Gauff. The American teenager proved to be a true star of women's tennis since she was 15 years old with her sensational finish in the fourth round of Wimbledon 2019. Gauff is ranked 15th in the rankings, and it will be interesting to see how she performs on the clay tour, where U.S. players usually have trouble getting wins due to the fact that they are specialists on the fast surface. This player has the level of tennis to meet the expectations of being in the top 5 of the WTA ranking. But first, she will have to get good results with more regularity, since after her early exit from the Australian Open, she was only able to reach the quarterfinals on one occasion. Coco Gauff believes a more relaxed approach, including her interests on Twitch and YouTube, has improved her tennis this year. Gauff has reached a career high of world number 8 following her run to the quarterfinals at the US Open, and revealed she has changed her mindset and lifestyle since the French Open, where she was runner-up to Iga Swiatek. The 18-year-old has been open about her mentality throughout 2022, with a desire to become the greatest. "I'm more stress-free," she said. "It was a big transition for me because I felt like I was surrounding my life with tennis. A year ago, or even a couple of months ago, there's no way I would have gone to TwitchCon before a tournament because I thought I had to solely focus my life on this. I realized that I have other interests and it's okay to embrace it. I started doing that in Paris. That's where it all started for me, and I found my results were much better. I realized it was the complete opposite of what I needed to do." Gauff is the world number 1 in the women's doubles along with Jessica Pegula, with the pair winning 2 Masters events this year at the Qatar Open and the Canadian Open. She is also looking to seal a spot at the WTA Finals, which takes place from October 31st to November 7th. Number 2. Felix Auger-Aliassime. The 21-year-old Canadian has not given his best on the ATP circuit yet. What he has shown already has been enough to get him into the ATP top 10. In 2022, Auger-Aliassime has a record of 15 wins and 6 losses, with 1 title, which he won in Rotterdam after defeating Stefanos Tsitsipas. The Montreal-born tennis player is one of the most popular players on the ATP Tour for his exquisite technique that brings to mind the greatest players in history. He was slow to win his first title, but now he can't get enough. After falling short in his first 8 attempts at an ATP final, Felix has raised 3 winners' trophies in 4 tries this season, including 2 crowns in the past 8 days. He's definitely gotten the hang of it. His potential was never in doubt. He found his way to the top 10 fairly quickly, but couldn't take that extra step to the top 5 or top 3. He was missing one thing. 2 things, actually. Power first. Physically speaking, he has everything it takes, but he needed to get a bit older and a bit bulkier and develop a solid technique to get the most out of his natural talents. Confidence, more than anything. It can't be overstated how critical confidence is in. With so many athletes vying for elite status, mindset can make a huge difference. First things first, consider the power that inevitably materializes on his serve. And not just the power, the accuracy too. On October 24th, Felix woke up at number 2 on the ATP's list of ace leaders this season. Number 1. Carlos Alcaraz. Alcaraz has just taken his first big hit on the table in professional tennis with his title at the Miami Open, where he had to beat 3 top 10 players on his way to winning the championship trophy. The 18-year-old is reminiscent of Rafael Nadal, with his powerful and aggressive style coupled with the fact that he has already achieved memorable results as a teenager. The Spaniard is number 11 in the world, and if he maintains the level he has shown on the courts of Miami, he will surely close the season as one of the top 5 players with the most points. Carlos Alcaraz's eye is always on the prize in training sessions. The Spaniard absorbs every moment as if his life depends on it, with his concentration never wavering. As he prepares under the roof of the Allianz Cloud in Milan, where he will bring his spectacular 2021 season to a close, the Murcia native completes his work without missing a single step. When an instruction comes from former world number 1 Juan Carlos, Alcaraz executes with the utmost focus. If the exercise is being run by Juanjo Moreno, the physiotherapist and rehab specialist who also helps with fitness coaching, Alcaraz launches his body in compliance with the request. Any message relayed to him by Albert Molina, his agent, is efficiently attended to. He is a cheerful and affectionate young man, but the smiles disappear when it's time to get to work. It is with this professionalism that the Murcia native is bidding to consolidate himself as the star of his generation, which is under the global spotlight this week at the Intesa San Paolo Next Gen ATP Finals in Milan. Alcaraz has really developed physically in the past year. What work has been put in? With Carlos, it is one of the goals we set ourselves. When he started at the academy, both the fitness coach and I thought we needed a change in the muscle structures. We needed to work on his musculoskeletal system to give him more speed, more power in his shots, and his movement on court. And we based all that on morphology training. Doing fitness work to achieve those goals without him gaining much muscle mass. Carlos's genetics plus speed-based training has given him the morphotype he has now. By having a good preseason and training during the year, because he also has to do that as part of the plan, we have arrived at this result. In tournament weeks, we need him to work on his strength, and we also rely on a lot of nutrition, eating well. It has been one of the paradigms we have changed with Carlos. The whole blend of factors like good eating, good goal-oriented training, and good rest, which is also essential, is a cocktail that has brought us to this point. If you want to watch more amazing videos like this, kindly subscribe and click the like button to become part of our family.